The big clock on the wall at school said it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon. All the other boys and girls had gone home. Their mummies and daddies came in big cars and small cars to take them home. But ABI was still waiting. ABI was a little girl. She was 8 years old. She had big brown eyes and a very kind heart. She sat on the wooden bench outside her classroom. She looked at the big gate of the school. She was waiting for her father. He was supposed to come and take ABI home. But Donald did not come. Donald never came. ABI looked up at the sky. The sky over the big city was no longer blue. It was very dark and very gray. Big black clouds hid the sun. Then, the rain started to fall. At first, it was just a little bit of rain. But soon, the rain became very heavy. The wind blew very hard. ABI felt very cold. She did not have a big umbrella. She did not have a warm jacket. She only had her small school bag. ABI knew she could not wait anymore. The school was closing. The teachers were locking the doors. ABI had to walk. She stepped out into the rain. The rain hit her face. The rain made her school uniform very wet. Her shoes made splashing sounds in the puddles of water. The city was very busy. Big buses drove by very fast. Cars drove by and splashed dirty water on the road. The street lights turned on because it was so dark. ABI was very scared, but she was a very brave little girl. She did not walk towards her house. She walked towards the big city hospital. Amanda was a very good mother, but she was very, very sick. She had a bad fever and she was very weak. ABI walked a long, long way in the heavy rain. Her legs were very tired. Her feet hurt. But she kept walking because she loved her mother very much. Finally, she saw the big white building with the bright red cross. It was the hospital. ABI ran inside. She was dripping wet. She left little puddles of water on the clean white floor. She walked down the long, bright hallway to her mother's room. But when she opened the door, she saw something very sad. Her mother was not in the nice, warm hospital bed anymore. Her mother was sitting in a wheelchair. A nurse was standing next to her. The nurse looked sad. Amanda looked very tired. Amanda's face was pale. "Mommy," ABI said. She ran to her mother and hugged her. Amanda hugged her little girl. Amanda touched ABI's wet hair. "Oh, my sweet ABI, why are you so wet? Where is your father?" Amanda asked in a soft, weak voice. ABI looked down at her wet shoes. "Daddy did not come to school. I walked in the rain." Amanda closed her eyes. A sad tear fell down her cheek. She knew Donald was a very bad father. Donald was a useless man. He did not care about his wife. He did not care about his little girl. The sad nurse looked at ABI and then looked at Amanda. "I am very sorry," the nurse said, "but you must go home today. The hospital is very expensive. The doctor gave you a big bill. The doctor said your husband must pay the money for the medicine and the bed. But your husband did not pay. He did not bring any money. We cannot keep you here. You must go home." Amanda nodded slowly. She knew Donald would not pay. Donald did not like to spend money on his family. He only liked to spend money on himself. He was not the kind of husband any good woman would want. Amanda stood up very slowly. She was shaking because she was so weak. She held ABI's small hand. Together, the sick mother and the wet little girl walked out of the big hospital. The rain was still falling. They walked in the rain all the way to their small house. When they got home, they opened the door. The house was a mess. Donald was sitting on the sofa. He was watching the big television. He was laughing at a funny show. He did not even look at his sick wife. He did not even look at his wet, cold daughter. "You are back," Donald said. He did not sound happy. He did not ask if Amanda was feeling better. He did not ask why ABI was soaking wet. "Where is my food?" Donald asked in a loud, angry voice. "I am hungry. Go to the kitchen and cook food for me right now." Amanda felt a sharp pain in her heart. "Donald," she said softly, "I am very sick. The hospital sent me away because you did not pay the bill. I need medicine. We have no money. Please, can you help us?" Donald stood up. He looked very mean. "I do not have money for your sick buddy. I do not care. You are lazy. You just want to sleep. Now go and cook." Then he walked out of the house and slammed the door very hard. ABI started to cry. Amanda hugged her little girl tightly. "Do not cry, my sweet ABI. We will be okay. We will be strong." The next day, the rain was gone. ABI put on her school uniform. It was dry now. She walked to school. But when she got to school gate, the big teacher with the loud voice stopped her. "ABI," the teacher said, "you cannot come inside." Why? ABI asked. Because your father did not pay your school money. He did not pay the school fees. You must go home. You cannot come to school until the money is paid. ABI walked home. She was very sad. She loved school. She loved to read books. She loved to draw pictures. The next day, she tried to go to school again. But the teacher sent her away again. She tried one more time the next day. The teacher sent her away again. ABI was sent out of school many times. She knew her father would never pay the school money. She knew her sick mother could not work to get the money. ABI sat in her small room. She thought and thought. She was only 8 years old, but she was very smart. She was a very strong and hardworking little girl. She wanted to help her mommy. She went to her mother's secret box. Inside the box, Amanda had a very tiny bit of money saved up. It was just a few small coins and notes. ABI took the little money. She did not buy toys. She did not buy candy. People in the big hot city love to buy pure water to drink when they are thirsty. ABI used her mother's little money to buy a big bag full of pure water sachets. She got a nice plastic bowl. She put the bags of pure water inside the bowl. She put the bowl on her head. ABI walked to the big road where many cars were stuck in traffic. The sun was very hot. It burned her arms. It made her sweat. But ABI did not stop. She walked between the big cars and the buses. Pure water. Buy your cold pure water. ABI shouted with her small, sweet voice. A man in a blue car rolled down his window. Little girl, give me one water. ABI smiled a big smile. She gave the man a bag of water. The man gave her money. ABI put the money safely in her pocket. She walked all day. Her legs hurt. Her neck hurt from carrying the heavy bowl. The cars made loud honking noises. The smoke from the cars smelled bad. But ABI kept walking. Pure water. Buy your cold pure water. She sold all the water. She had lots of coins and notes in her pocket now. She went back to the big shop. She bought more water. She sold it again. She did this every day after the time she was supposed to be in school. ABI was a very good seller. She was so polite and smiled so nicely that everyone wanted to buy water from her. At the end of the week, ABI had a lot of money. She took the money and ran to the big pharmacy store in the city. The pharmacy store had many bright lights and shelves full of boxes. ABI walked up to the man in the white coat. She gave him the paper the hospital doctor had given her mother. She put all her hard-earned money on the counter. The man smiled at the brave little girl. He took the money and gave ABI a white bag full of medicine. ABI ran home as fast as her little legs could carry her. She went to her mother. Amanda was lying in bed, still very sick. Mommy, look, ABI said. She opened the white bag. She showed her mother the medicine. Amanda opened her eyes very wide. ABI, where did you get this? How did you get the money? ABI held her mother's hand. I sold pure water on the big road, Mommy. I worked very hard. Now you can take your medicine and be strong again. Amanda began to cry. But this time, they were not sad tears. They were happy tears. She was so proud of her little girl. You are my little angel, Amanda said. Amanda started to take the medicine every day. Slowly, slowly, the color came back to her face. She was not weak anymore. She could stand up. She could walk. After a long time, Amanda was completely better. She felt very strong. She looked at ABI and knew she had to work very hard for her brave daughter. Amanda was a true hustler. A hustler is someone who works very, very hard to make a good life. Amanda knew she could not depend on Donald. Amanda went to the very big, loud, and colorful market in the middle of the city. The market was full of people selling things. Amanda started to sell foodstuffs. She sold big brown yams. She sold white rice in huge bags. She sold bright red tomatoes and green peppers. She woke up very early in the morning when the sky was still dark. She worked all day in the sun. She shouted to the people walking by, "Come and buy your fresh food. Come and buy sweet yams." Because Amanda was very kind and her food was very good, many people bought from her. She made money. The first thing Amanda did with her money was hold ABI's hand and walk back to the big school. Amanda smiled at the big teacher and paid all the school money. ABI was so happy. She could go back to her classroom. She could read her books and draw her pictures again. ABI hugged her mommy very tight. But things at home with Donald were still very bad. Donald was a man full of trouble. Every single day, he caused problems. He did not go to work. He just sat around and complained. When Amanda came home tired from the big market, Donald would yell at her, "Where is the meat? Why is there no big fish in my soup? Donald would shout. Donald, you did not give me any money for food, Amanda would say. I buy the food with my own hard work. I pay for ABI's school. You do not help us. I am the man of the house. You must feed me. Donald would scream. He did not care about Amanda's tired hands. He did not care about ABI at all. He never asked ABI about her school. He never played games with her. He was totally useless. Then, something new happened. Amanda found out she was going to have another baby. She was pregnant. Her tummy started to grow little by little. She thought maybe, just maybe, Donald would be happy. She thought maybe a new baby would make him a good father. She went to Donald and said, Donald, I am going to have a baby. ABI is going to have a little brother or sister. Donald looked at her. He made an ugly face. He rolled his eyes. I do not care, he said in a cold voice. That is your problem. Do not ask me for money. Amanda felt her heart break again, but she wiped her tears. She kept going to the big market. She kept selling her yams and rice. Her tummy grew bigger and bigger. She was now 6 months pregnant. Her tummy was very round. It was hard for her to walk fast. It was hard for her to carry the heavy bags of rice, but she never stopped working. One evening, Amanda and ABI came home from the market. They were very tired. Donald was standing in the middle of the room. He looked very, very angry. He had taken all of Amanda's clothes and ABI's clothes and thrown them in big plastic bags. The bags were sitting on the floor. What is this, Donald? Amanda asked. She held her big tummy. I am tired of you. Donald shouted loudly. I am tired of this little girl. And I am tired of that baby in your tummy. You are making too much noise. You are disturbing my life. I want to live alone. I want to be free. Get out of my house. ABI hid behind her mother. She was trembling. She was very scared. Donald, please, Amanda begged. It is nighttime. The city is big and dangerous. I am 6 months pregnant. Where will we go? I do not care. Donald yelled. He grabbed the plastic bags and threw them outside. He pushed Amanda out the door. He pushed little ABI out the door. Then he slammed the door and locked it. They were outside in the dark. Amanda did not cry this time. She looked at the closed door. She looked at her brave little girl. She touched her big tummy. We do not need him, Amanda whispered. We are strong. Amanda took the bags. ABI helped her carry them. They walked through the bright city at night. They found a very small, cheap room to rent with the money Amanda had saved from the market. The room was tiny. It only had one small bed. But it was clean, and it was peaceful. There was no angry Donald to shout at them. Months went by. Amanda's tummy grew as big as a balloon. Soon, it was time. Amanda went back to the hospital. This time, she could pay her own bill. She had her baby. It was a beautiful, healthy baby boy. She named him Samson. Little ABI was so happy. She held baby Samson in her arms and kissed his soft cheeks. I am a big sister now, ABI said with a huge smile. Amanda did not rest for long. She had a little girl and a new baby boy to take care of. She knew she had to do everything possible to make more money. She was a mother on a mission. She strapped baby Samson to her back with a beautiful cloth. She held ABI's hand. She went back to the market. But Amanda did not want to stay small. She wanted to be very successful. She took all the money she made and invested it. That means she bought more things to sell to make even more money. Instead of buying 1 bag of rice, she bought 10 big bags of rice. Instead of 1 basket of tomatoes, she bought 20 big baskets. People in the city loved Amanda. They called her Mama ABI. Big hotels and big restaurants in the city started coming to Amanda to buy their food. They gave her lots and lots of money. As time went by, Amanda's business grew huge. She was very, very successful. She moved out of the tiny room. She bought a very big, beautiful house in a nice, quiet part of the city. The house had a big garden with green grass where baby Samson could run and play. ABI grew into a very smart and beautiful girl. She went to the best school in the whole city. Amanda bought a Toyota car. She had a driver to take ABI to school. Amanda wore beautiful, clean clothes and shiny jewelry. She looked like a queen. She was happy. ABI was happy. Samson was happy. And what about Donald? Since the dark night he threw them out, Donald did not care to check on them. He never called on the phone. He never looked for them. He never asked if his baby boy was born. He just lived his selfish life. But a selfish life does not end well. Donald spent all his money foolishly. He lost his house. He grew older and older. He had no friends. He had no family to love him. 3 long years passed since Amanda and ABI were chased away. Samson was now a happy 3-year-old boy running around the big house. One beautiful sunny afternoon, Amanda was sitting in her big living room. She was drinking sweet tea. Suddenly, her beautiful new phone began to ring. Amanda answered the phone. "Hello," she said. "Hello. Is this Amanda?" a voice asked. It was a nurse from the hospital. "Yes, this is Amanda. We are calling about a man named Donald," the nurse said. "He is very, very ill. He is in the hospital. He is very weak. He gave us your name before he passed out. He has no money. He has nobody to help him. The doctor says if he does not get medicine soon, he will not survive." Amanda sat very still. The room was quiet. She remembered the day Donald chased them into the rain. She remembered the day he threw her out when she had a big tummy. She remembered his angry face. She had every reason to say, "I do not care." But Amanda was not like Donald. Amanda had a good heart. She had a kind soul. She knew that doing good is always better than doing bad. Amanda stood up. She called her driver. She put on a very beautiful, expensive dress. She picked up her shiny leather handbag. She got into the back seat of her big, clean car. The car drove smoothly through the busy city. It drove all the way to the hospital. Amanda walked through the hospital doors. Her nice shoes made a soft tapping sound on the floor. She went to the front desk. She asked to see Donald. The nurse took Amanda to a small, dark room at the back of the hospital. There, lying on a small, uncomfortable bed, was Donald. He looked very different. He did not look loud and angry anymore. He looked very thin. He looked very small. His clothes were old and torn. He was breathing very slowly. He was a broken man. Donald slowly opened his tired eyes. He looked at the door. He saw a woman standing there. He blinked his eyes. He could not believe what he was seeing. It was Amanda, but it was not the sick, tired Amanda he used to shout at. This Amanda was beautiful. She was glowing. She looked like a very rich and important person. She looked so good that Donald felt ashamed. He remembered how terrible he had been to her. "Amanda," Donald whispered. His voice was very dry and weak. "Is it really you?" "Yes, Donald. It is me," Amanda said softly. Her voice was calm. She was not angry. She just felt pity for the sad man on the bed. You look so beautiful. You look so rich," Donald said, a tear falling from his eye. "I am so sorry, Amanda. I was a very bad husband. I was a useless father. I threw you out. I was so mean. And now, I am nothing. I am very sick. I have no money. I have no food. I am all alone in the world." Amanda looked at him. She thought about little ABI selling pure water in the hot sun. She thought about baby Samson who never knew his father. "You were a bad father, Donald," Amanda said simply. "You made us suffer, but we did not let your bad heart destroy us. ABI is a brilliant student. Samson is a beautiful boy. We worked hard. We survived. We are very happy now." Donald cried out loud. "Please, forgive me. I know I do not deserve it. I am dying." Amanda opened her shiny handbag. She took out a big stack of clean, crisp money. She walked out of the room and went to the nurse's desk. She paid for the best bed in the hospital. She paid for the most expensive medicine. She paid for the best doctors to treat Donald. She paid every single bill so Donald would not be sent away like she was sent away many years ago. She walked back to Donald's room. She looked at him one last time. "I have paid all your bills, Donald," Amanda said. "The doctors will give you medicine. You will get better. I forgive you for what you did to us because carrying anger in my heart is too heavy. But we have our own life now. We do not need you." Amanda turned around and walked out of the hospital room. Her beautiful dress flowed behind her. She walked out into the bright sunshine of the city. Her driver opened the door of her big car. She got in and smiled. She was going back to her big, safe house. She was going back to her brave daughter ABI and her sweet boy Samson. She had won the hardest battle in life with hard work and love. Back in the hospital, Donald lay in his comfortable new bed. The nurses came in with his medicine. He was going to live. But as he looked out the small window, more tears fell down his face. He finally understood the biggest lesson of all. He realized that the family he treated like dirt was actually made of pure gold. He had thrown away the best thing that ever happened to him, and now he had to live the rest of his life knowing the huge mistake he made. But for Amanda, ABI, and little Samson, their story was full of bright days, loud laughter, and endless happiness. They had each other, and that was all the wealth they would ever need.